Key words. Maybe in 3 years, when my wife gets here. What does that mean? Pertaining to John Blaze. More lies. He's supposed to be in the Philippines now, and he's been making references that he's in the Philippines, but he keeps on saying there. When I get there, or when she gets here. So he's making references again that he's, first of all, not in the Philippines right now, although he claims that he is, visiting his wife. You know, the big mole on her face. By the way, I didn't appreciate that thumbnail, Larry Evans. You know how I feel, and you know what I'd like to say to you. Oh, I think you know very well. Stop being the innocent on here. Talk about hate on YouTube. Well, what are you doing? Look, there's a lot of people that don't like you out there, Larry, and I think you know that, because you're always talking about the comments people are making on you. There's a reason, because you're a fucking piece of shit. I could do 100 shows on that ugly cancerous mold on your girlfriend's face. I could definitely do that. I could do that every fucking day, make a parody out of it. But I'm not going to do that. I just want to see how low you could take things, and you proved yourself. The thumbnail on there looks like total fucking shit. The thumbnail is really a horrible representation of what Gilda looks like, with your little editing. And that was uncalled for. If you're trying to prove to your blazers, by the way, that sounds so fucking gay, by the way, blazers and blazettes, there you go. I'm not really sure what you're trying to prove. If you want to prove something to yourself or to your viewers, I really don't know. You're the kind of guy that throws me over $600, and then, I mean, who throws somebody $600 unless you really like somebody, right? You must. I don't know, did I hurt your feelings? What actually happened? Did I hurt your feelings? And then you turn on me the way you do, and you turn on Gilda, who's totally innocent, although you did a show saying that she's not innocent. It's just because the fact that she's ever appeared on my shows makes her part of the goings-on on YouTube. No, she's not. She can't stand the goings-on on YouTube, okay? She barely tolerates me putting shows on here, period. Of course, I've had to put shows on. She prefers that I do some stuff on here that doesn't pertain to the bullshit on here, of course, naturally. But I can make show after show about the mold that killed the world. And if you got all this money, Larry Evans, why don't you take care of it for the girl? Get her some cosmetic surgery. And the thing could be cancerous. So if you cared about your so-called wife, why don't you approach her about that? Yeah, I got money. After all, I got the Big Daddy grill. So he can afford to buy the Big Daddy Grand Poobah grill with the smoker, but he can't afford to help his own girlfriend out. Now again, I'm going to make references to the word there and here. He's supposed to be in the Philippines right now. See, he's lying to every one of you. He's like another chip off Barry's block, lie after lie. I've caught Larry Evans in so many lies since he's been on YouTube that I can't count. I don't know what his trip is, but it's time for him to get off the train. Yeah. In 3 years, when my wife is here, and here is Alabama. Here is not the Philippines, because your wife is in the Philippines. But he keeps on making reference to the word, when my wife gets here and all settled in 3 years, as if to say, well, what he's really saying is that he is in Alabama. He's not in fucking Philippines. And as far as him saying I don't hate the Philippines, well, we've heard your shows recently. And anybody with half a fucking brain will know that the way you talked about the Philippines, it was like full of hate. You really degraded the Philippines in a large way. You did. You're not made for the Philippines. I will tell you that right now. You are not Philippines material. And I truly hope that your wife wakes up and leaves your fucking sorry ass before she gets hurt. Because just as much as you can't take the stripes off a tiger, you can't take stupid out of stupid, okay? You can't take Larry Evans out of Larry Evans. You are who you are. You're a lying lowlife is what you are, and your viewers know that. You got a couple of people on there that support you, that's about it. And you always feel that you got to explain yourself all the time. Why are you so defensive on this stuff? We heard what you said on your past few shows. And the thumbnail you put on. Is that a good representation of what kind of a marvelous person that you are? That you're not a hateful person? What do you call it? That's hateful. That's hateful. That edited photo of Gilda, her teeth and all that, the gums. Really. That's what you're all about. That's what this guy is all about. If and when you get to the Philippines again, because you're not here now, you're full of shit. We've heard your references. You screwed up. that means that you're lying to your viewers. All these references, when my wife gets here, well, here means USA, Alabama. You're not in the Philippines like you're making people think that you're visiting. That you've been here a month now, you said, on your just recent show. I'm just commenting on right now. Caught yourself in a lie. So is anybody going to believe anything that comes out of this guy's mouth? I doubt it. You do it all to yourself, John, just like Barry did all that shit to himself. I don't think you're too different from Barry in a lot of ways, to be honest with you. I really don't. And just putting those thumbnails up, what you did, look, I'm copying everything. I'm making screenshots of everything that you do, all the videos and recordings of you, for future purpose. Because I don't like you, Larry Evans. I don't like you at all. And I would love for you to approach me someday. Just see what happens. Just see what happens. Say this kind of shit that you like to say behind your cell phone camera to me and Gilda, to our faces, Larry. But you won't do that because you're a fucking big mouth coward just like fucking Barry is. That's the truth. And hey, my show is about truth, and I got nothing to hide, and I never will. And I do come on camera. You said that when you get 1,000 subscribers, you would come on camera, and you're still not on. You want people to see how fucking ugly and fat-faced you are? Is that what it is? What are you trying to hide? You're over 1,000 subs, so go on camera. Stop being a coward ass. You ain't too much different than the goddamn cockroach, really. You're really not. I don't like you, Larry. I will tell you straight up front. Gilda don't like you. I don't like you. I think you're rude. I think you're crude. You're distasteful. And yes, you have defamed my girlfriend's character. Proven. I got the screenshot. You're not going to make it disappear. Don't worry, Larry. I wish you would settle out here in the Philippines. I would prefer that you settle out here in the Philippines. For you, I'll go for the money. How much money can I make from you that you don't have to spend on the Big Daddy, Big Bubba grills with the smoke house? I'll take your money any day. For you, it would definitely be money. Absolutely. I'll sue your ass. What I fucking do. And yes, up front, that would be for money. Up front, right up front, that would be for money. I'll empty your fucking pockets, or she will. Again, she's a Filipina. You defamed her with that picture, is what you did. You're trying to be like the copycat channels. Except I have a pretty good idea how to find you. Big difference at the moment with the other channel. But I'm working on that. I'll catch up with you someday, Larry Evans. That's even your real name. I'll catch up with you someday. But in the meanwhile, I got an open invitation to you, Mr. Big Mouth. Come over to my residence. Just let me know you're coming because I want to make sure I am home. Face me and Gilda. Talk to her about her teeth or what you think about her. Talk to me about what you think about me. Face to face, man to man. I don't care what size you are. It has nothing to do with size. It has nothing to do with age. I want to see how much guts that you have. Open invitation that everybody's hearing on here. And I want a response to that. And people are going to be asking you, why are you not responding to Frank? I really do. I really want to see you come over here in person and face my girlfriend. The only thing you're going to do is make a personal apology to her, because you will not leave my residence unless you make a personal apology to her. And on camera. She doesn't deserve your crap. As I said, I could go around and I could do a show every day about that ugly mole on your girlfriend's face. I could. I just don't want to sink to your level. But I do feel that if you loved your wife or whatever she really is to you. Personally, I always thought you were kind of AC/DC. That's my personal thought, but who knows? Maybe you are actually married, which doesn't prove anything anyway. But I could make a spectacle of that every fucking show every day. I don't think you'd like that. Would you? I don't think she'd like that. Same as my girlfriend doesn't like you putting those kind of pictures on the thumbnail. Oh, she'd have something to say to you. She sure would. Remember, she's a Filipina. Okay? A little more clout than I have. Fuck with me some more, Larry, and I will continue to research you, and I'll fuck with you for the next fucking 10 years. I expect to be alive for 20. I expect to outlive you, even though you are younger than me. I've seen your pictures. Well, 2 of them anyway. And, you're not in good health. I can tell you right off the bat, you're not in good health. And I do know you smoke too. I know there's a fact. And I see what you eat. So you're on your way, bud. With or without my help. I just want to continue to say that you are a piece of shit. And you lied to your audience. Make you believe you're in the Philippines, saying that, well, in 3 years when she gets settled here, out here, meaning United States, I got you figured out, Larry. I had you figured out a long time ago. But you know what? Thanks for the $600, you fucking clown. And by the way, it was used for its intended purpose. Just for your information. But I've told you this a long time ago, but you had to make a big story out of it. And buy no gold chains from that. That money had nothing to do with a gold chain, and that gold chain was a hell of a lot more than $600. I'll tell you that. Figured you out. Bobo, you're a liar. You're a liar. And I want everybody who watches my channel to know how much of a liar this guy is. He's lied about a lot of things. I don't even believe that he owns this big camper thing. I don't believe his whole story. The cows, if anything, he's a farm helper. Maybe he was in the military. He did some A&P work or whatever you call it on copters or something. I really don't believe he's some big shot helicopter pilot. And the one time that he really showed the helicopter was supposed to be in there, but he couldn't show his face. We just seen him inside the copter. I seen legs, that's all we saw. And he wasn't even the pilot of that because he was on the right side. He was not even a pilot. Now, is it possible that he does fly copters or put out fires? He gets hired for that? Sure, that's possible. Anything's possible. But would you trust this kind of man in a fucking helicopter? I would. His reasoning, his thinking, are way off. I wouldn't trust my life to somebody like him. One day he's going to make a major mistake. He'll be tripping all over. He's been tripping all over himself, actually, with his lies. He's not much better than BJ. Not really. 2 peas in a pod, as far as I'm concerned. Do something about that goddamn mole on your girlfriend's face, dude. If you love her. Jesus fucking Christ. How could you not help her? You talking about my girlfriend's teeth? What about your chick's cancerous mole on her face? Pretty scary looking thing, man. I'm just being honest with you, okay? Just being honest.